You can order the brake discs and brake pads used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Turn off your vehicle's ignition. Set the parking brake. Pull the hood release handle and open the hood. Open the brake fluid reservoir. Loosen the wheel lug nuts on the rear wheels. Lift the rear of your vehicle. We strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Ram 1500 safely before carrying out this step. Place the vehicle on the jack stands. In order to change the rear brake discs and brake pads on your vehicle, you will need to take off the wheels to have full access. Don't forget to put the wheels under the vehicle.
Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoyed this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work.
It is now necessary to release the parking brake in order to clear the grip of the drum brake shoes on the disc. You will have to remove the shutter cover located behind the anchor plate with a flathead screwdriver. You can now reach the adjustment mechanism of the brake shoes and retract the brake shoes until the disc is free. Insert a flathead screwdriver to the outer extremity of the oblong hole located on the front of the brake caliper. Lift it off using the screwdriver as a lever by pulling it towards you. This will cause the piston to retract slightly so that the caliper can be removed more easily for the next steps. With a ratchet and a 13mm socket, unscrew the slide pins. Then, remove them. Tip: attach a piece of electrical cable or a hook to one of the strut spring coils. You can now remove the brake caliper and hand it to the previously installed hook. Remove the brake pads by prying them out with a flathead screwdriver. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the anti-rattle clips. Using a socket wrench and a 21mm socket, unscrew the two holding screws on the caliper mount. Depending on the state of the nuts on the caliper mount, it may be necessary to use a hammer to loosen them. Remove the caliper mount. Using a flathead screwdriver, pull the retainer away from the disc so you can unscrew it. Sometimes the disc may get stuck on the hub. If this happens, use a hammer to remove it. Finally, remove the disc. Clean the wheel hub with a wire brush. You can order the discs and pads kit used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Before installing the new disc, it is vital to clean it using brake cleaner and paper towels to take off the storage paraffin. If your new disc is coated, you can place it directly onto the wheel hub. Then, put the retainer back in place.
If you want to know which tools and parts we use in this video, just check the description and you'll find everything you need.
Brush the caliper mount around the pads to remove any extra rust that could prevent the pads from sliding. Reassemble the caliper mount by screwing first by hand. Then with a socket wrench and a 21mm socket to lock them in place. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. CarParts.com also recommends replacing the anti-rattle clips with new ones. Place the new anti-rattle clips on the caliper mount. Grab the new pads and lightly coat the ends with copper grease to help them slide more easily. Insert the new pads into the caliper mount by sliding them in. grab the brake caliper. Put the brake caliper back in place and screw in the slide pins by hand at first. Screw them in using a socket wrench and a 13mm socket. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. In case you adjusted the brake shoes to remove the disc, set the mechanism back until there is a slight friction between the brake shoes and the disc. Put the shutter cover back on. Clean both sides of the disc with brake cleaner and a cloth to remove the grease from the new pads. You can now repeat the same process on the other side. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put the car back on the ground and block the wheels properly. Don't forget to screw the brake fluid cap back on before starting the car. Attention! Before using your vehicle again, start your car and pump the brake pedal a few times to push the brake pads together again. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 30 miles or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation complete.